The roots of verbs and most nouns in the Semitic languages are characterized as a sequence of consonants or radicals. Such abstract consonantal roots are used in the formation of actual words by adding the vowels and non-root consonants which go with a particular morphological category around the root consonants, in an appropriate way, generally following specific patterns. It is a peculiarity of Semitic linguistics that a large majority of these consonantal roots are triliterals. Triconsonantal roots. A triliteral or triconsonantal root is a root containing a sequence of 3 consonants. The following are some of the forms which can be derived from the triconsonantal root ktb in Hebrew and Arabic. Note: the Hebrew fricatives transcribed as k and b can also be transcribed in a number of other ways, such as ch and v, which are pronounced chi and v, respectively. They are transliterated k and b on this page to retain the connection with the pure consonantal root ktb. Also notice that in modern Hebrew, there is no gemination. In Hebrew grammatical terminology, the word binyan is used to refer to a verb-derived stem or overall verb derivation pattern, while the word mishkal is used to refer to a noun derivation pattern. And these words have gained some use in English language linguistic terminology. The Arabic terms, called wazn for the pattern and jidr for the root, have not gained the same currency as the Hebrew equivalents, and Western grammarians continue to use stem, form, pattern for the former and root for the latter, though form and pattern are accurate translations of the Arabic grammatical term wazn, and root is a literal translation of jidr. Biliteral origin of some triliteral roots. Although most roots in Hebrew seem to be triradical, many of them were originally biradical, cf. the relation between square root gzz shear, square root gzm prune, and square root gzr cut, as well as between square root prz divide a city, square root prt give change, and square root pr pay a debt. The Hebrew root square root shqp look out, through, deriving from square root qp bend, arch, lean towards, and similar verbs fit into the shah, cc, acute c verb pattern. This verb pattern is usually causative, cf. square root shtp wash, rinse, make wet, from square root tp wet, as well as square root shlk cast off, throw down, cause to go, from square root lk go. History. According to a study of the Proto-Semitic lexicon, biconsonantal roots are more abundant for words denoting Stone Age materials, whereas materials discovered during the Neolithic are uniquely triconsonantal. This implies a change in Proto-Semitic language structure concomitant with the transition to agriculture. In particular, monosyllabic biconsonantal names are associated with a pre-Natufian cultural background, more than 16,500 years ago. Quadriliteral roots. A quadriliteral is a consonantal root containing a sequence of 4 consonants. A quadriliteral form is a word derived from such a 4-consonant root. For example, the abstract quadriliteral root trjm gives rise to the verb forms tirgam in Hebrew and tarjama in Arabic, meaning, he translated. In some cases, a quadriliteral root is actually a reduplication of a 2-consonant sequence. So in Hebrew digdag means, he tickled, and in Arabic zilzal means, earthquake. Generally, only a subset of the verb derivations formed from triliteral roots are allowed with quadriliteral roots. For example, in Hebrew, the pi "l", pu "l", and hit pa "l", and in Arabic, forms similar to the stem to and stem v forms of triliteral roots. Another set of quadrilateral roots in modern Hebrew is the set of secondary roots. A secondary root is a root derived from word that was derived from another root. For example, the root MSPR is secondary to the root SPR. So far from the root SPR means counted, MSPR from the same root means number, and MISPR from the secondary root means numbered. An irregular quadriliteral verb made from a loan word is we will sprinkle, from English and Yiddish spritz. Quinquiliteral roots. Traditionally in the Semitic languages, forms with more than 4 basic consonants were occasionally found in nouns, mainly loanwords from other languages, but never in verbs. However, in modern Israeli Hebrew, syllables are allowed to begin with a sequence of 2 consonants, and this has opened the door for a very small set of loanwords to manifest apparent 5-root consonant forms, such as telegraph, he telegraphed. But LGR always appears as an indivisible cluster in the derivation of this verb, so that these 5-root consonant forms do not display any fundamentally different morphological patterns from 4-root consonant forms. Other examples are, via the English word from Greek, from the English or Yiddish past tense of the English word. In Amharic, there is a very small set of verbs which are conjugated as quinquiliteral roots. One example is wasanafara, rain fell with a strong wind. The conjugation of this small class of verb roots is explained by less law. Unlike the Hebrew examples, these roots conjugate in a manner more like regular verbs, producing no indivisible clusters.